Person of interest in the rape of 91-year-old woman in custody. A person of interest has been taken into custody in relation to the alleged rape of a 91-year-old woman in Darlington, Westmoreland on Saturday night. While not disclosing the identity of the individual, Senior Superintendent of Police SSP in charge of Westmoreland Police Division Wayne Joseph told reporters on Tuesday afternoon that a DNA sample will be done to ascertain if the individual is a suspect. A person of interest has been taken into custody and the investigation continues, SSP Joseph disclosed. Reports from the police are that the elderly woman was alone at home in her two-bedroom board dwelling when she was awakened by strange sounds from her rear window, after which she then saw a man in her room who held her down and had sexual intercourse with her against her will. According to the lawmen, entry was gained to the house by removing several lover blades from a rear window. She then called a neighbor who contacted the police. The police then transported her along with a relative to the hospital, where she was medically examined. Investigations continue. Teen boys charged with rape of 15-year-old. Two juveniles aged 15 and 17 have been arrested and charged after reportedly raping a 15-year-old girl in Ramba District, Yala St. Thomas on New Year's Day. Reports are that about 8 p.m., the boys allegedly dragged the victim behind a church and raped her. A report was made after the ordeal and the boys were arrested and charged following a question and answer session. Both teens have been charged with rape and aiding and abetting. Their court date is being finalized. JCF High Command takes disciplinary actions against cops participating in viral TikTok trend. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF High Command says it has taken disciplinary action against cops engaged in a TikTok trend, arguing that their action depicted in the video reinforced several negative stereotypes associated with our force. Such representations are not consistent with our current transformational thrust towards building a professional organization, the JCF High Command said in a statement on Tuesday. The JCF has made significant investments to raise the standards of our people, quality and technology, and as such behavior will not be tolerated, the JCF warned. It pointed out that the disciplinary actions have been taken against the members in keeping with the force's commitment to maintaining professional conduct. This measure is part of our broader effort to ensure that all personnel behave in consistency with the policies and ideas of the JCF. It is important to reiterate that this is not an isolated incident. There have been other instances where members, while in JCF uniform, have used their personal social media platform to publish content that could potentially bring the organization into disrepute. The JCF High Command categorically states that such behavior will not be tolerated. It went on to say that all members of the JCF should be reminded that under the regulations of the Books of Rules, it is a breach of conduct to publish or cause to be published any form of communication while wearing the JCF uniform without the express permission of the Commissioner of Police obtained through the head of the Corporate Communications Unit. The uniform of the JCF is a symbol of trust, responsibility, and public service, and it must be worn with the utmost respect and professionalism. During the course of this year, the JCF will undertake a wide-scale sensitization program focused on reminding our members of their responsibilities for responsible social media use, it stated. While we acknowledge that our members are entitled to a degree of freedom of expression on their personal social media platform, they must be reminded that, even in their private capacity, they can be identified as JCF members. As such, they must avoid any behavior that may be deemed as unbecoming of a policeman or woman, the statement added. The JCF High Command also stated that it remains committed to upholding the high standards of conduct and service and is urging all members to reflect these standards in all aspects of their professional and public lives. Murders down 20%, but Bloody Weekend underscores surge in shootings. There was a spate of shootings and murders over the weekend, capping a busy 72-hour period for the Island Securities Force. According to the latest crime statistics published by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, 65 persons have been murdered up to January 27 since the start of 2024, a 20% decline when compared to the corresponding period last year. However, shooting-related injuries, and robbery reports have increased, while there is a decline in rape and break-ins year on year. The St. James Division led the way with 12 murders, followed by St. Anne with 8 and St. Catherine North with 7. there was an 18.8% increase in shootings, soaring from 64 in 2023 to 76 for the corresponding period in 2024. The Police Division of St. James led the way with 10, followed by St. Andrew North with 9 and Westmoreland with 7. Further, more persons were shot and injured this year than the corresponding period last year. This year, 64 persons have been shot since the start of January, when compared to 52 over the same period last year. These dynamics played itself out the last weekend with more shootings and injuries. It was a bloody weekend. On Thursday evening last week, 2 men, including a member of the Jamaica Defense Force, were shot at Tasty Restaurant on Halfway Tree in Kingston. One of the men, 35-year-old Roland Sawyers, a factory worker of Iron River in Golden Spring, St. Andrew, died while being treated at hospital. The JDF member was admitted. On Friday night, 9-year-old Shamar Walker, a student of railway in Maypen, was gunned down during an attack at a shop on Church Street in Maypen. A 29-year-old female vendor was injured during the incident. On Saturday morning, 5 persons, including a female, were shot and injured by gunmen at a party on Barrack Street in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. The incident happened shortly after 1 a.m. Additionally, also on Saturday, a man was shot and killed at Mother's Restaurant in Old St. Anne. Police reports are that sometime after 2 a.m., the now deceased was involved in an argument between men in the restaurant. This then escalated into a brawl. During the middle, the man was shot in the chest. Meanwhile, with a string of shooting incidents in Nannyville, St. Andrew on Saturday, which left 2 men dead and a policeman injured, reports are that 1 person was shot dead in the area about 4 p.m. The second shooting, which led for the other person's death in what is believed to be a reprisal killing, occurred about 8 p.m. About 9 p.m., police were responding to an early shooting when they were attacked by gunmen. A shootout ensued and the cop was shot. Bill to integrate the Office of the Political Ombudsman into the Electoral Commission of Jamaica met with stark objection in Parliament. The bill to integrate the opposition to the Political Ombudsman (OPO) in the Electoral Commission of Jamaica (ECJ) was met with stark objection from the opposition and some government members when the matter was brought before the lower house. Justice Minister Delroy Trott brought the bill with the intention to have the amendments passed, but at the end of the heated debate, he requested to have the vote on the matter suspended until a later date. Mr. Chuck explained that among the benefits of having the ECG take on the job of the Ombudsman, it is the 9-member commission which is most likely to get compliance from political actors upon adjudication of complaints.
This is especially true, Mr. Speaker, when looked at in the context of the impact of a recommendation issued by the ECJ to a political party or its representatives to correct breaches of the political code of conduct as against that issued by a single individual. Mr. Speaker, there's really no comparison to be made, as the ECJ wields significantly more influence than one individual. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, the strength of utilizing the 9-member Electoral Commission as a political ombudsman is buttressed by the simple fact that it has offices in all 63 constituencies and therefore has greater administrative support as well as resources to assist with the investigation of complaints.
The first to raise an objection was opposition leader Mark Golding, who chastised the government for rushing to pass a fraud bill.
I don't think this is ready. I don't think it's a good idea, and I cannot support it. The process is wrong. We were not involved in the development of this bill. We never had a chance to look at it. We do not know if it has errors or not. And in principle, I think it's going down a dangerous route. And I acknowledge, Minister, that in the past we may have supported this idea. But with the passage of time and the discussions that we've had, especially recently internally at our executive and so on, we have a grave concerns that this is not the right approach to be taking. And I don't like the idea of us having a difference of view in this forum on a matter like this, because that's not how we've operated in relation to the ECJ in the past. So it really pains me to having to be saying these things. But I have no alternative, because I hold these views strongly, and I think I'm right in principle, and I have to articulate my position on it. So I cannot support this legislation.
An opposition MP, Fitzjackson, suggested that integrating the Ombudsman in the ECJ is akin to giving Commission an infection.
What the Political Ombudsman Office has been successful in doing is to keep those things out of the ECJ. So it keeps the ECJ sterile of the cascas and the comments that will injure the political environment. What the minister is seeking to do with this bill is to converge them with the risk of infecting the ECJ with the couscous that come through the office of the political ombudsman. That's the danger, a major risk. That minister, it don't worth taking that risk. It doesn't worth it. I'm quite confident that you have great sincerity in what you want to achieve. But our experiences must teach us something, and we be guided by those experiences.
In response, Mr. Chuck pointed out that the ECJ has a reputation of operating with integrity and fairness, and claimed that persons objecting to the integration were undemning the ability of the Commission.
The main objection, Mr. Speaker, is that the Electoral Commissioners, the ECJ, is an outstanding body, a successful body, praised by the world. And to put this simple act, which how many complaints do they get, to them, that is going to taint them. Mr. Speaker, with due respect to my colleagues on both sides who have spoken, they undermine the strength of integrity and character of the members who sit on the ECJ. To say that because they're going to get the political ombudsman conduct or the conduct to come and to adjudicate that it will affect their independence.
Mel Phillips calls for investigation into alleged corruption at Heart NSTA Trust. Member of Parliament for Manchester Northwestern Mel Phillips is calling on the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission to investigate allegations of corruption at the Heart NSTA Trust. During his address of the People's National Party PNP Manchester candidate's presentation at Hartsfield Primary School on Sunday night, Phillips stated that the agency is not fulfilling its mandate. You still have 600,000 Jamaicans not looking for jobs because them can't find none or them don't have a skill. Yet still, you have an institution like HEARTTECH where there is nepotism, where they have jobs for their friends. That is, nothing meeting its mandate of finding and training young people. Yet still, you have HEARTTECH who spend millions to put up booths at Rebel Salute, but there is not the people who are looking for a HEARTTECH program. You have the same management of HEARTTECH who book hotel rooms for millions of dollars to put on training months after months, but yet still, you have students who can't even get certificates who went to HEARTTECH from 2018, he said. Phillips continued, so the time has come and we need the Auditor General, the Integrity Commission to go into HEARTTECH because what is happening inside there will not be to the benefit of any Jamaican, Phillips stated. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.